Today, we're taking a deep dive into the incredible gardening practices of the Amish community, a true treasure trove of wisdom that can help us all live more economically, efficiently, and in harmony with nature, just like our grandmas used to. The Amish have long been admired for their sustainable and self-sufficient lifestyles, and their gardening methods are no exception. They've been doing things the same way for generations, proving their methods are truly tried and true. This isn't just about growing food. It's about embracing a mindset of resourcefulness, community, and deep respect for the earth. Let's explore some of these fantastic, age-old techniques that can revolutionize your garden and your wallet. Understanding your soil. First and foremost, a thriving garden begins with understanding your soil. If you've ever wondered about your soil's pH, you know there are countless testing kits online or labs you can send samples to. But what if you could simply look at your soil with your own eyes and feel it with your hands to get a general sense of its pH? This brilliant, simple method, passed down through generations of experienced Amish farmers, truly blew my mind. This traditional approach focuses on the color and texture of your soil to give you a strong indication of its pH range. While it won't be as precise as a lab test, it offers a fantastic starting point for understanding your garden's needs. The important lesson here is to learn to read your own local environment, just as you learn to read weather patterns, the water table, morning fog, or frost dates. Every patch of earth is unique, and getting to know yours intimately is key. Here's what to look for. Dark soil. Your neutral neighbor. If your soil is a rich, dark color, it generally indicates a neutral pH. This deep hue comes from a high presence of organic material, like compost. Organic matter acts like a buffer, helping to keep the pH around neutral. 7. It might be slightly acidic, 6.5 to 6.7, or slightly alkaline, 7.0 to 7.5, especially if it has a bit of clay. But generally, very dark soil means a healthy, balanced environment where most plants will thrive. Light gray or light red soil. The alkaline clay connection. Now, if your soil is light gray or light red, it often indicates a significant presence of clay. Clay soil tends to be alkaline. How alkaline depends on the concentration of clay, but if it feels slippery when wet, almost like pottery clay, it's likely quite alkaline. This alkalinity comes from the lime naturally found in clay. So whether it's gray or red clay, you can expect a pH higher than 7, possibly in the range of 7.2 to 8.0. Many gardeners who deal with heavy clay soil can attest to this alkaline tendency. Sandy soil, a slightly acidic tendency. Acidic soil is often associated with sandy soil. If your soil is light in color but doesn't form a ball when you pick it up, breaking apart easily instead, it likely has a lower, more acidic pH. This is because sand is made up of materials like silica, sulfides, iron pyrite, quartz, and granite, which tend to break down into an acidic nature. So even if it looks a bit like clay, if it crumbles, it's likely sandy and acidic. You might find its pH is less than 7, perhaps ranging from 5.0 to 6.5. This often explains why some older properties might have bags of lime left over in the barn. It's typically used to balance out that sandy, acidic soil. For those who want to double-check their soil's alkalinity or acidity with a simple home test, here's a fantastic, frugal tip. Gather some soil and divide it into 2 cups, then mix each with distilled water. Add vinegar to 1 cup. If it fizzes, your soil is alkaline. Add baking soda to the other. If it fizzes, it's acidic. If neither fizzes, your soil is generally neutral. This simple yet effective method is a cornerstone of frugal, effective testing. The power of onion transplants and early planting. When it comes to onions, the Amish and many seasoned gardeners swear by transplants. Red onion transplants are a favorite for their flavor and excellent storage capabilities, often overwintering beautifully. White onions also store exceptionally well, lasting many months in good condition. A key tip for growing large, robust onions, learned directly from experienced Amish farmers, is to plant them early and not too deep. Your soil should be loamy and easy to work with. Simply push the bulb in, leaving the top exposed. This allows the roots to establish and the bulb to swell significantly. Just remember to be mindful of the bulb's orientation. You don't want to plant it upside down and lose that precious start. This simple yet effective method is a cornerstone of Amish gardening, leading to impressive harvests. The benefits of companion planting and raised beds. Onion transplants are fantastic companion plants for almost anything and can be strategically planted around the perimeter of your garden beds. This practice maximizes space and provides natural pest control, creating a healthier ecosystem for your crops. The strong scent of onions can deter many common garden pests, protecting your other vegetables. Many gardeners also appreciate the benefits of raised beds. These structures offer better drainage, warmer soil earlier in the season, and easier access for weeding and harvesting. They're especially useful for managing soil quality and creating ideal growing conditions. The combination of companion planting and raised beds creates a highly efficient and productive garden space, inspiring even new gardeners to expand their growing efforts. Moon phase gardening. Advantage. One intriguing Amish tradition that taps into nature's subtle rhythms is moon phase gardening. Many believe that planting when the moon is out and the sun is going down influences plant growth, in addition to being a cooler, more pleasant time to work the soil. This practice aligns with the idea that the moon's gravitational pull affects moisture in the soil, influencing seed germination and root development. There's a fascinating connection here to how natural cycles affect everything from sap flow to the vitality of your crops, adding another layer of wisdom to your gardening practices. Opting for robust potato varieties. For potatoes, varieties like Kennebec are highly favored. They are a white potato, praised for their great taste, huge yields, ease of growth, and resistance to common diseases and blight. Most importantly, they're fantastic for cold storage, lasting well through the winter months, making them a staple in a self-sufficient pantry. When planting potatoes, cut them a few days beforehand to allow them to scab over or form a protective layer over the cut surface. Plant them about 3 inches deep and a foot apart, with the eyes, the little green sprouts, pointing up. The key to large, healthy potatoes is loose, loamy soil. Unlike onions, potatoes need to be kept thoroughly covered from the sun. Any exposure can cause them to turn green and become poisonous due to the formation of solanine. For variety and resilience, planting different types like red Pontiac potatoes is also a smart move. These have a slightly different flavor profile and a thicker skin than Kennebecs, which are thinner-skinned and versatile for dishes like French fries and mashed potatoes. Red Pontiacs, with their robust texture, are particularly great when roasted. Decoding nature's calendar. Beyond the averages. Knowing when to plant is just as crucial as knowing how. The Amish understand that not all crops are created equal when it comes to chilly weather. This distinction between cold weather and warm weather crops is fundamental to successful gardening. For your cold weather stuff, think radishes, lettuce, and spinach, you don't have to fret as much about a late frost. These resilient greens have a built-in anti-freeze system. They convert sugars created by the sun into their leaves, and because sugar water freezes at a much colder temperature, these crops actually get sweeter as it gets colder. So these plants don't mind a little chill. In fact, a touch of cold can enhance their flavor. It's the warm weather stuff, like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers that you need to protect. A good frost isn't their friend, and it can really set back your harvest, or worse, kill your plants entirely, wiping out weeks of effort. Now, how do you know when it's truly safe to plant those tender, warm weather crops? Forget the calendar, say the seasoned Amish farmers. They shared a powerful secret that has been passed down through generations, and it's truly remarkable how accurate it is. Before we reveal this top tip, let's explore some common wives' tales that many have heard over the years and why they might not be the most reliable. Morel mushrooms. While temperature-specific, morels can pop up during warm spells and then disappear with cold snaps, making them an unreliable indicator for a consistently frost-free period. Their appearance might hint at rising temperatures, but not necessarily stable ones. Maple tree. Sap. Maple sap flows when temperatures fluctuate above freezing during the day and below at night, creating pressure. When it stops, temperatures are generally consistently above freezing. However, the sap can stop for a week or two, creating false signals and making it an inconsistent indicator for long-term planting safety. Robins laying eggs. Robins won't lay eggs in freezing temperatures, but they can continue laying well into summer. This wide window makes it difficult to pinpoint the safest early planting time. And if you don't have robins nearby, it's not a practical method at all. The plum tree. So, what's the Amish secret that truly trumps them all? The plum tree. Experienced Amish growers taught me that when plum trees blossom, there's approximately a 75% chance that there will be no more frost after that point. This incredible reliability is why the Amish have based their planting schedule on the plum tree for generations. Not the apple, pear, or peach tree, but the plum. Its specific bloom time is a trusted signal that winter's last gasp has passed. This is a method I'm willing to bet on. Now, there's still that 25% chance of a late frost, but the Amish are prepared for that by saving some plants in a greenhouse for what-if scenarios. The benefit of planting earlier and getting a longer growing season often outweighs the small risk for them, leading to a more abundant harvest. It's important to remember that different plum tree cultivars might bloom at different times, depending on your specific region and the type of plum. My personal adaptation of this tip is to wait until about 50% of the plum tree has bloomed out. This provides a little buffer, especially if your particular tree tends to bloom very early in the season. Other nature-based indicators. The wisdom shared by gardeners across different regions shows just how diverse and rich this traditional knowledge is. It's clear that keen observation of local nature is paramount. Dogwood trees. For those in the Southeast, a reliable tip passed down through generations is that when the dogwood blossoms, no more heavy frost. This has proven true almost without fail over many decades, highlighting how different trees can serve as precise indicators in specific areas, tailored to their unique microclimates. Dandelions. Many gardeners swear by dandelions. Some find that the ground is warm enough to plant when the dandelions bloom, or even combine observations, noting that warm weather crops can go in when the dandelions turn white. This layered approach to natural signs can be incredibly effective. Pecan trees. For those in warmer climates, pecan trees seem to be a strong indicator. Gardeners in southern states wait until the pecan trees start to leaf out, finding this to be a very reliable sign for the definitive end of freezing weather, often proving more accurate than plum trees in their specific regions. The enduring spirit of Amish ingenuity. What I've learned from these traditional methods and from all the wonderful insights shared by our community is that there's immense power in trusting the wisdom passed down through generations. The Amish don't rely on computers or average frost dates. They rely on observation and tradition. And it's a profound testament to how deeply connected they are to the rhythms of nature. The Amish lifestyle offers so much more than just soil wisdom. They embody principles of community, hard work, and living in harmony with nature. The idea of neighbors coming together for large tasks is common. Imagine an entire community, Amish and non-Amish alike, collaborating to move an entire house away from floodwaters with sheer manpower alone. That's community in action, a powerful spirit of collective effort that perhaps used to be more common before the Industrial Revolution began to weaken our communal bonds. Another common practice is profound resourcefulness. You simply don't need to buy new every time. For instance, composting and diligently amending soil are key elements of their gardening success, ensuring nutrients are recycled and nothing goes to waste. This isn't just about gardening. It's about a broader philosophy of self-sufficiency, using what you have and wasting nothing. Truly a lost art that we can all strive to reclaim. It becomes clearer the older we get and the more we learn that the Amish are profoundly right on so many things. Their simple ways offer deep wisdom for modern life. So whether you're adjusting your soil with nutrient-rich compost, carefully adding dolomitic lime to raise alkalinity, or simply appreciating the beauty of knowing your garden's needs by sight, these Amish-inspired practices offer a clear roadmap to more sustainable and successful gardening. And when it comes to planting, whether you choose the plum tree, the dogwood, the dandelion, or any other natural sign that works reliably in your area, the core principle remains. Observe your local environment, trust the patterns that have stood the test of time, and lean into the green wisdom that never goes out of style. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into old-fashioned wisdom. If you learned something new today, please consider sharing these valuable tips with your friends, family, and neighbors. Your support helps spread this green wisdom far and wide, and it means the world to me. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep embracing these simple, effective ways to live a more fulfilling life.